CHTV and the Greyhound Media Network own the rights to this broadcast. For the private use of our audience, this broadcast may not be used unless given the written consent of CHTV.
Tonight, the Carmel Greyhounds host the #1 Ben Davis Giants, setting the stage for a homecoming to remember. Will the Greyhounds find out if they were truly up to the task, or will the Giants squish Conley Greyhounds 3? Find out next. It's the Battle of Homecoming, only on CHTV.
Good evening and welcome to today's homecoming matchup between the Carmel Greyhounds and the traveling Ben Davis Giants. Hello everyone, I'm Will Simmons. Alongside me, my good friend and partner, Deshaun Barnes. Deshaun, it's homecoming tonight for the Carmel Greyhounds. What did you see today that others may not have?
Yeah, at school there was a lot of Carmel spirit, a lot of energy here at Carmel High School. You know, everyone's out here repping the blue and gold, here to support this Carmel squad. There was a DJ in the hallway, we had our pep rally, and all this hype and energy is all for this moment we're waiting for right here, right now.
Speaking of this DJ, Deshaun, he is in front of the student section tonight. They've had skydivers, they have had baton twirlers, they've had the marching band. All the homecoming festivities today have led up to this moment. But let's go ahead and talk about some football. The Greyhounds on a 4-game win streak after losing their first 2 games. The first one to the Trinity Shamrocks and the second one to the Center Grove Trojans. Coming into tonight with a 4-game win streak, how can the Greyhounds carry this on to beat the Ben Davis Giants?
Yeah, just as you said, they're on a 4-game win streak. Obviously, they've got the crowd on their side, considering it's homecoming for the Carmel Greyhounds. So all they've got to do is ride the momentum they've already had, go out, execute their game plan, and come out with the win.
I look outside, I see blue smoke everywhere. Blue smoke has taken over Carmel Stadium, and that's what the Greyhounds hope to do tonight. The Greyhounds, led by quarterback Jack Kazmerzak. Jack Kazmerzak has put on a show all season, but it wasn't just Jack Kazmerzak who's helped this Greyhound squad. Reese Bell in the wide receiver. What do you have about him?
Yeah, Reese Bellin and Jack Kaz, after those first 2 games where the Carmel offense was a little slow, after they started to pick up, their deep ball was really there. Reese Bellin has had 547 yards so far this season, 6 touchdowns and 36 receptions, and that has really helped Jack Kaz's confidence and really boosted this Carmel offense to where it was needed to be to win these last 4 games.
Jack Kazmerzak last week versus the North Central Panthers, as the Greyhounds defeated the Panthers with a score of 50-19, as it was North Central homecoming. Jack Kazmerzak actually overcame that 1,000-yard passing mark with 1,041 yards on the season. Still with only 1 interception, though. His ability to be smart in the pocket. What have you seen about that and his ability to play smart?
Yeah, his ability to play smart, obviously only having 1 interception, multiple touchdowns. I mean, after taking a year to sit behind Zach Osborne, that's really paid off because he's been playing very smart. He's been hitting his reads and just playing very well.
Well, coming in tonight, the Greyhounds and the Ben Davis Giants are actually tied on a series record of 24-24. So tonight's game is to actually see who can come out on top with the series lead. But let's go on to the other team, the Ben Davis Giants, looking at their quarterback, a junior, Thomas Gotkowski, who transferred from Brownsburg into Ben Davis, and he's just been playing some tremendous football.
Yeah, their passing offense here at Ben Davis has been spectacular, and one of the weapons helping with that is wide receiver Marquez Reese. Marquez Reese has had 4 games with over 100 yards, and he was unstoppable against Center Grove, finishing with 174 yards and a touchdown.
But not to mention, Thomas Gotkowski for the Ben Davis Giants already has 1,300 yards on the season. That is the most out of any high school quarterback in the state of Indiana. So as a junior, he has put on a show for the Ben Davis Giants with 3 interceptions and 15 touchdowns. So, like you said, Marquez Reese has him and Thomas Gotkowski are almost like that Jack Kazmerzak and Reese Bellin duo. How could we compare the two?
Yeah, I mean, Jack Kaz and Reese Bellin, they're really good on the deep ball. What we've seen a lot from Marquez Reese is the screen game, quick passes, getting him into the open field, and more with Reese Bellin and Jack Kaz is just a pass over the top and go up and let Reese get it.
So it's going to be an intense matchup tonight. We talked about Reese Bellin, Jack Kazmerzak, Thomas Gotkowski, and Marquez Reese. But let's go ahead and talk about the Greyhounds' injuries. They've suffered a lot of injuries on the ground game, including Nick Beidel and Aiden Al-Fayed, and having to adjust to throw Lavelle Stewart into that running back position, a freshman who has never started a varsity game in his life. Tonight will be his 3rd start. But what have we seen from Lavelle Stewart that has differed from Nick Beidel and Aiden Al-Fayed?
Yeah, I'm going to screw away a little bit more comparing the players. I want to talk about the Carmel Greyhounds squad as a whole. In a press conference we had with the Carmel Greyhounds, something they brought up a lot was next man up. And just as you said, Lavelle Stewart came in as a freshman, and in just 2 games played, he had 4 touchdowns. We've also seen Elijah Al-Fayed play well in the victory against North Central. He had 17 carries for 144 yards. We've also seen other players like Blake Matthews and Nate Rogers come in and step up with the unfortunate injuries of players like Nick Beidel and Desmond Duffy.
And it's not very often you hear about a freshman filling in for a running back role, especially if having to be the strongest player to get through the defense. But Lavelle Stewart with 11 carries for 63 yards out of any freshman. That is the most out of any freshman, only starting 3 games. But before we go, let's talk about the Greyhounds season ahead of them. Next week, they take on Warren Central at Warren Central, and then they got Lawrence Central for their home finale. So that'll do it for today's pregame show. I've been Will Simmons. Alongside me, my friend and partner, Deshaun Barnes. Kickoff is just a few moments away with Scott Croner and Ryan Conley on the call.
Everyone has a vision.
But only a few can turn that into reality.
That's where we come in.
For us, it starts at the writer's circle.
Ideas are pitched and plans are made.
We then take those plans and apply it to wherever we go.
Whether it's on a court, a stage, or around Carmel, you are in control.
And as for live newscast, the studio is where it's at.
Regardless if it's in the back
or under the bright lights.
This is where countless professionals jumpstart their careers.
Each and every SRT, we bring you the latest news, sports, and entertainment updates.
Not just at school, but on the go, too.
Although it's listed as a class, CHTV is much more than that. It's an experience.
An experience where you can bring your ideas to life.
An experience where you can meet lifelong friends.
An experience that will change your life forever.
So, what's your vision?
Tonight, the Carmel
Ryan
Greyhounds.
Conley, joined by my good friend Scott Croner. And kickoff is just around the corner with Carmel receiving the ball first. So let's kick into starting lineups.
And so for offense, we have Ben Sponsler as the kicker, Jack Kazmerzak as the QB, and Caden Weaver as the punter. As the wide receiver.
And like we mentioned earlier, Carmel will get the ball first. So let's watch what this Carmel offense does here. Scott, what are we hoping for on this first offensive drive?
Honestly, we're just hoping to get some yardage. Just chip away the defense one yard at a time, and let's just see what we can do.
And like Will mentioned earlier, this has been a pretty close matchup in the past history of the Carmel Greyhounds versus Ben Davis. And as we start here, Jack Kazmerzak will take his first snap. It will be a passing play.
Oof.
Incompletion to Reese Bellin. And he's going to go to Reese a lot this game, Scott.
That's true, but I don't think Reese was looking for that type of pass. That was like a soccer pass. Like, what was that?
And as we noticed, or if we noticed, the corner was very much on him. And that corner looked like it was Elijah Hearns at the bottom of your screen there. Or actually at the top of your screen. And let's see what this Carmel offense does here.
Nice fake run, but got taken down pretty quickly by Ben Davis's defense. Because that's what they're known for. Ben Davis's defense is tough. You cannot play around with them. Honestly, I don't know if you can fake around them. So we'll have to see what Carmel cooks up for their offense, because Ben Davis's defense is tough.
And if you watch that play there, Chris Pearson, one of the up-and-coming players for Carmel here, he's going to be really good next year. But you saw him take the direct snap, and Jack wasn't even on the field during that play. And as we talk about Jack, he's taking the snap here. It looks like to be a passing play all the way to Reese with some tough moves to get out of bounds. Looks like to be the 30-yard line.
but it's not enough. I think we got a 4 and out, sadly. So it's a tough break for the Carmel Greyhounds as they look to kick it off.
And yes, the punting unit is coming on. And we'll see what Ben Davis can do with this, with their offense here. I feel like they need a touchdown to even it up.
Oh, really? Right. Oh, we need a touchdown? Okay,
no.
right. Okay.
Ben Davis needs a touchdown.
No, we are cheering for the Greyhounds.
And back there to return is number 7, Marquez Reese, one of their best players. And then we'll start on the 40, on the Carmel 40, yes, or Ben Davis 40-yard line. So we'll see.
A very short punt by Caden Weaver. That was insanely, like, usually I know he's got the legs, but maybe he's just warming up.
Yes. So what do you think the defense needs to do here? Do you think they should try and get, well, I mean, they definitely should go for the 3 and out, but how hard do you think it's going to be to get the 3 and out?
Just lock in. Again, Ben Davis is a tough team, being 4-2, and they're undefeated on the road. So I don't know what's about being on the away, but they always feel like they are. Okay, Ryan, that scared me. My heart just dropped.
And that was Chris Peterson with the rough blocking of Marquise Reese, their top wide receiver and one of the top wide receivers in the state of Indiana. As a senior this year, or excuse me, is a senior this year for the Ben Davis offense. And he's going to be a dangerous player to watch tonight. And looks like
some confusion on the field as we start to.
And Goskowski takes a snap.
Oh, what a quick, but Butterfingers. That boy got Butterfingers.
And that was right targeted to Zane Sabinski, a different wide receiver. He plays more of the slot with only 7 receptions this year. And Goskowski might use him a lot this game, as he hasn't gotten many receptions, and that Carmel defense might not be watching him as well.
And you can hear the Carmel Stadium as the packed out crowd is cheering for a 4 and out.
And Goskowski has to pass
tough coverage here. And an even tougher pass and a first down for Ben Davis.
And that is Reese, his dangerous wide receiver, already been targeted twice this game. But I think we're going to be pretty good with Chris Peterson on Marquise Reese tonight. And let's see what Goskowski does here. Looks like it's a pass-first offense. And definitely a good pass, but wasn't passing to many people there, as it was all Carmel defenders.
And again, you really want to look out for this Giants team because, like I said, 3-0 on the road. I don't know what makes them be like the Buccaneers about being on the way, but they're 3-0, so you really got to look out for them. Because this will be one of the tougher matchups for a homecoming game. I feel like Carmel gets some pretty easier games for homecoming, but definitely Ben Davis, this will be a testament to their ability.
And yeah, definitely. Carmel has had some pretty easy competition in their homecoming game, being 48-2 and 5 ties during their homecoming game. Most recent loss in homecoming came back in 2019, where the Greyhounds would lose to North Central.
Look at you with your stats. I see you, Ryan. Stop playing.
And that was a pass completed to number 17. That's Zane Sabinski. Like I said, look for a lot for him to go because Carmel has very good defenders. You have Winston Berglund and Will Help, both Purdue commits, as well as Chris Peterson, a junior, but he's scary on both the defensive and offensive side of the ball. And let's see what Carmel does here. Elijah Price is in the backfield. He's their number 1 running back.
As Carmel quickly takes down Ben Davis. And honestly, I'm critical about my Greyhounds. I can't even lie. Sometimes our defense can be lackadaisical, where we just let open a free field.
No, I wouldn't say that. We have one of the best defenses in the state. Yes,
really?
we do. Two Purdue commits, Scott. 2.
That's true.
So,
hey, Purdue's like 1-5 right now. So like,
they haven't even played college football games.
I know.
Oh,
what a great pass!
A deep pass to his number 1 receiver so far, Zane Sabinski. Like I mentioned earlier, Zane Sabinski hasn't done much this season, but when he has, 7 receptions for 77 yards. Not that bad in general, but no touchdowns. Let's see if he can get his first touchdown of the season right here. And it looks like he could, because he's been
definitely the best receiver.
Not the best receiver, but the number 1 receiver so far. And I think part of that, though, is who's guarding him. Let's look at that. I think it's Kyle Fedorcha down there. Even though Kyle Fedorcha has really good defense, obviously our best defenders are Will, Winston, and Chris. And even Mason Bartle and Aiden McFall are really good, too.
But still, it's up to them to make up for those, like Kyle's mistakes.
Yes.
So, again, you can't blame it on one person. You got to play them as a team. And it looks like there may be some yardage change.
Yes, there might be. Maybe
was he out of bounds?
No, he was obviously in bounds when he made that play. Something that could have happened was his knee could have been down. As that is a rule. If your knee is down while you're making the catch.
Okay, Ryan. Okay.
You cannot make the catch. Or
I get it.
Another thing it could have been, and we don't know exactly right now, is offensive pass interference. And we'll see. We'll see where they start the ball. I'm assuming because of this, it's offensive pass interference.
The announcer did say illegal participation, so
that means they had too many players on the field, is my guess. And we'll see, but they know now they're going to be watching. Sorry, Sabinski, because they saw how deep he just took that ball. And that was with Kyle right on him. So imagine what he could do when Kyle maybe slips up and gets off of him.
And you can also tell that Thomas, Ben Davis's QB, he likes the quick pass. Like he doesn't take his time, like in a good way. Like he is quick on his feet. He knows the Carmel defense is going to attack him at all costs. So Thomas just gets away from the ball as quickly as possible. And honestly, for now, it's been working. So yeah, props for him.
It has been working so far. But what's weird to see is no run plays done by the Ben Davis offense.
No.
Obviously, they don't look to be a run-heavy offense, but you still want to get runs because runs are a decent way to get yards.
And it is important because if your QB is just not feeling it, if he's having a bad game, you need that running back to really explode and get some extra yardage to get them first downs. And honestly, both teams are very pass-heavy. There's not a lot of runners on each side, especially with the recent injury of Desmond Duffy. It's a pass-heavy teams.
All right, let's see what Gostkowski does here. And as we say that, Gostkowski runs. Won't be enough yardage for the first down. 4th and 3rd, so only 2 yards. So looks like hopefully
they may go for it.
Oh yes, they are going to go for it. With Elijah Price in the backfield again, but he's looking for one of those wide receivers. Sabinski is at the bottom. Reese is at the top. We'll see what they do here. With this offense, we can see if they can make a play or if they will make a play. Ooh, bounced off of Lincoln Murph's hands for a turnover on downs. Carmel has about this starts on the same way where they had to punt the ball off. So Carmel needs to do something on this drive. You can't go 3 and out again, as that is not good. Yes, Carmel cannot go 3 and out again here. Scott, what do you think something Carmel can do here to avoid going back-to-back 3 and outs?
So, hear me out. you're going to run or you can pass, and then you just go up like to 10 yards, and you got the first down. Boom. No longer 4 and out.
Whoa.
I know. It's crazy. I know.
Well, that is crazy.
But honestly, it is just to run. I feel like Ben Davis's defense is expecting the pass. They're expecting Reese Bellin to be the main receiver, so we just need to run game.
And that was Elijah Al-Fayyad with a big amount of yardage. Gain for Carmel. Gets enough for the first down. Oh, sorry, 2nd and 8.
Come on, Ryan. Come on. You're supposed to be on this.
And Jack handing it off again, this time to Lavelle Stewart. Stewart is a freshman this year, Scott.
That's crazy. That is
varsity
crazy.
freshman. That is crazy. Now, his journey to here was sadly our 2 top running backs, Nick Beidel and Aiden Al-Fayyad, are both injured as of right now.
And Desmond Duffy.
Desmond Duffy is not a running back. He's a wide receiver.
No, I know. I'm saying.
Oh, yes, but we don't use him in the run. Okay. But his journey here has been the 2 running backs above him getting hurt. And Elijah Al-Fayyad hasn't had the best season so far. But that means that they have given Lavelle Stewart the keys to this offense.
And honestly, I don't mind that. Lavelle Stewart's tough. As Jack Kosminski, a little bit of a miscommunication right there. As it's 2nd and 10 now. And
that was right to Blake the target was Blake Matthews on that play. You saw a little bit of pushing. Could have been offensive pass interference if he got the catch.
Yeah. I feel like that was clean.
That was not. His back was to the ball and he was pushing the defender away.
That was clean. That was clean.
And Jack will hike the ball here. Hand out to Lavelle. Lavelle's really tough. He got to the 50-yard line on that play. About a 4-yard gain, maybe. Oh, only a 2-yard gain. So 3rd and 8. Carmel's on their own 50-yard line. And we'll see what Carmel can do here.
And you can tell Jack Kosminski really trusts Stewart, so that's good on him.
Yes, he really does trust Lavelle Stewart. Lavelle Stewart, though, however, has not been included in the passing offense again. Much more of a power back for this Carmel offense. And
looks like some more communication between the refs and the Carmel side. We try and figure out what is going on.
Looks like it was too many men on the field here as Blake Matthews had to step off the field.
I mean, I would understand, like, if it was like the first game to have like too many people on the field. But it's like the middle of the season. We got 2 more games after this. Come on, coaches. You got this. You got this.
Coming onto the field for Blake Matthews is Will Rizzuto, a senior this year. Cowell misses the catch.
As he almost kills a photographer. Oh, my Lord.
Not the best pass to make there. He was right out of bounds, aiming for out of bounds.
I mean, Adrian Caldwell did the right route. I mean, just run straight ahead. But it was just a tough coverage.
And speaking of which, Ken Weevil will come on. And Marquise Reese set to receive. So it looks like Marquise Reese not listed as the return specialist on their depth chart, on Ben Davis's depth chart, but he will set to receive. Has 2 kicking/punting receptions this game so far. And a big tackle for the Carmel Greyhounds. They all just came in there and trampled Marquise Reese.
Yeah.
So they'll be starting on the 29-yard line, on Carmel's 29-yard, Ben Davis's 29-yard line.
What are your predictions for this game? Think it's like going to be a close one, or?
So far, looking to be a close one. We're about 7-ish minutes into the first quarter with no score.
I mean, there's been like close attempts of scoring, but you know, both defense are doing a great job tonight. Props to them.
I think that's going to be the biggest part of this game. It comes down to whose defense is better.
Oh, my.
And that looked to be a pass to number...
Yeah, it was Dustin Beauchamp. Because he really spun around. Did you see that? He like spun around and then he like dodged somebody. Man, he's tough.
No, I did not see that.
Too busy looking at my eyes, Ryan. You know what I'm saying?
All right. We'll see Thomas try and make a play here. Second and third. Last time on second and third, that deep pass that got reversed because of too many players on the field. And Goskowski's just going to hold it himself.
He's gone.
Looks to be a setup run play. They run with Goskowski a lot. He's their second leading rusher, higher than the other running back on their team, Dustin Beauchamp. But he got some pretty good yardage there. Had to get 3 yards, got about 5 yards. Puts him on the 35-yard line.
I mean, I'm not surprised. That dude is a freak of nature. He's big and he's fast. So as Carmel just tramples Ben Davis's offense. It's a 2nd and 8.
And that was their backup running back, Isaac White, with the run. They like to use him a lot and more in the passing offense. Has one receiving touchdown this year. And this Carmel defense really needs to step up here, giving them pretty much free yards right now. You'll see Will Help back there manning the deep ball. But so far the run's working for Ben Davis.
See, again, it's Thomas with a quick pass. Snaps the ball, looks around, and passes it the shorter distance. Just chip away at that Carmel's defense is his plan, and it's working to his favor right now.
And that was to Zane Sabinski. Like we mentioned so far, top receiver this game, Marquise Reese has been hammered this first quarter. Not getting open, not getting loose. And if Carmel can stop Zane, figure out how to stop Zane, they have a chance at stopping this Ben Davis offense.
What a great block by Dustin. But Carmel takes down, who was that? Was that Ben Davis's wide receiver, running back? Took it down really quickly. It looks like they're going for it again. Props to the Giants.
And 4th and 3rd, that's very
it's on the
very short
Carmel side.
We'll see what if Carmel gets this. They would just have to get a couple of yards and be in prime field goal position.
See, I would look for Zane right now.
Don't tell him who to look for.
Oh, my fault. I'm just trying to help him because I feel bad. See, they go for Zane. That's what I'm saying.
And Zane
Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. I called that, Ryan. It's live streaming, too. You can check back on that.
Zane Slabinski with the big catch to get Carmel all the way past, to get Ben Davis all the way past their own 50. Now they're on Carmel's side of the ball. Only about 25 more yards to get to field goal range.
Again, one of those quick, short passes that it gets them about 5 yards.
That was to Dustin Beauchamp, their running back / wide receiver out in the backfield. He's crazy good, and they can put him anywhere. And there you hear his name, Winston Berglund, with the big tackle. Because he could have gotten loose there if Winston was not there.
As Carmel gets the 3rd down. And now all the Carmel students raise their hands for the 3rd down. 3rd and 1. Again, I'm looking for Zane. Zane is the person to go to, as it looks like Thomas is running and he gets to the 1st down. Wow. To be that athletic, Ryan. To be that athletic.
The ball carrier was actually Elijah Price on that play. Getting a big boy yardage to get a 1st down after the 3rd down.
See, that fake was so good, even I didn't even notice. And I'm watching from a bird's eye view.
So, Scott, just to clarify for you, that was Elijah Price, the ball carrier again on that play. So you know who to look for.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Just how you needed to know, and just how the people at home needed to know.
I think you are only targeting me, Ryan.
No, not at all. And wow, 2nd and 14. This is the first time Carmel has gotten a tackle for loss this game, but they're still very much have a chance. We saw them come back from an easy 4th and 3rd. So we know they had the aggressiveness to go for it. We'll just have to see if they go for it here.
Oh.
And wow.
What a great breakaway from Thomas.
The tackle.
And he looks like he's going to get the first down. Wow. And there's 3 seconds left. That was just a breakthrough. There's a breakdown from Carmel Greyhounds defense and a breakthrough of Ben Davis's offense.
And you saw Will Helt was going for that tackle there. One of the biggest defensive threats for the Carmel Greyhounds, with 5 sacks this season so far, leads the team in tackles with 57 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. You know Will Helt was hoping to get that 6th sack of the season. He had 9 sacks last year in that same position. And what's interesting about Will leading the team in those stats is Will plays safety. And most of the time, safeties are not supposed to be all the way up there getting ready to get the tackle.
And it looks like some sort of penalty happened because now it's 2 and 28. I don't know how that happened.
So very long play.
Oh, as Carmel takes it down. That's my boy. Yeah. Yeah, you flex that, Will. You flex that, Will.
And Will Helt got his revenge play on that with a big sack number 6 on the year.
Will is tough. He is tough. See, if I was in the league and I played football, I don't want to go through Will. He's a scary man.
He's a big dude. He sits about 6, I'd say 6'3", maybe. But yeah, he's very aggressive, very big player, very great player too.
He's got that long, luscious hair. Oof. You could probably grow that, Ryan. That long hair.
I think you could.
You think I can?
Yes, I think you could.
That's a lot of product going in that hair.
As we go to the end of the first, Scott, what are your takeaways from the first quarter so far?
Honestly, it just looks like a pretty even matchup. I get that both teams have the record of 4-2, but that doesn't really tell the whole story. But for this case, honestly, like I haven't seen like a breakaway. Like it's just been chipping away at the defense, and penalty sends you back, and you kick it away.
And I think the biggest issue so far in this game have been those penalties. You saw Gaskowski did break free.
Right.
But he got sent back 14 yards. So the penalties might be the biggest issue this game.
Right.
But it's still going to be for an interesting game. I'd rather have a close game than a homecoming blowout.
Fair enough. I like that. But we want to win, though.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't want to be on the losing side. Right. Just want to make that clear.
And for those of you who don't know, after each quarter in high school football, you switch sides of the field. So now Ben Davis will be scoring on our side of the field.
Which is so weird. I've never heard of that. It's so weird. Because college doesn't do that.
They do not.
Yeah.
And while we were talking, we missed to mention a big pass completion by Ben Davis, 4th and 8. And it looks like they are going for it on 4th and 8.
These dudes, wow.
Their aggressiveness here.
They are.
Is trying to help them score a touchdown. Because you always want to be first on the board.
But 4th and 8? See, that's what happens. And then you're just going to throw it away. I don't understand.
And Carmel defense has Carmel offense, is starting with pretty bad field position. They'll start on on their own 31-yard line.
But honestly, it doesn't matter for Carmel because if Reese can get free and Jack and Reese click, they're gone. That's a touchdown. Because I've seen some Hail Marys against Center Grove, for instance. Jack had broke the Indiana State record for amount of yards passing, and most of it was to Reese Bellin, and he just yeeted that thing. And let's see if he can do that tonight.
And speaking of Reese Bellin, he will be on the bottom of your screen, closer to you on your television.
Oof. I don't know how he held on to that. I thought that was coming out.
That was to number 27, Nathan Rogers. Also a senior this year. He's kind of gone under. This is his first reception of the season. So very proud of him for getting that big varsity reception this year. And let's see what Carmel can do. I mean, it's only 2nd and 8. And Carmel hasn't been looking that well this game. But once their offense starts clicking, like you mentioned earlier,
right.
They can get.
And Carmel honestly takes a while to warm up. As right now, they just break straight through.
And that was their big running back, Elijah Al-Fayad. So what we've seen so far in this game is Al-Fayad and Lavelle Stewart look to be splitting the backfield.
Yeah, Elijah had a great game against the Panthers last year. Let's see if he can do that again as he starts to run it, but Ben Davis takes it down instantly. I think Elijah had about 144 yards.
144 yards and a touchdown.
And a touchdown against a blowout against North Central.
But what's crazy is Lavelle Stewart was the looked to be red zone running back. And for those of you who don't know at home, red zone is 20 yards.
I don't know what that means. Right?
20 yards inside. Whenever you're inside, you're the other team's 20-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And let's hope Carmel can get to that red zone this
I'm hoping to, Ryan. I'm hoping to.
And Jack's going to pass to Reese with a great connection that's on the Carmel 25-yard line.
Guess who? Reese Bellin.
Reese Bellin. I mentioned that earlier.
I know. I'm just very excited. Reese Bellin, he's amazing. He is amazing.
And wow, Reese is just so amazing.
Because it's hard to be a good player because when you're a well-known player that you're good at the game, the defense will focus on you. But even when they're focusing on you, Reese still breaks through. He don't care.
And for Reese's past 3 years, he's never been used to being the number one receiver.
No.
Duffy, ever since he was a freshman, came in as the guy, the number one receiver. Even though we had Jaden King last year, the junior Duffy was still the top receiver. And missing him has been hard for the Greyhounds. But Jack's a new quarterback. Jack's not the same as Zach.
Right. Two totally different play styles. Zach is more of a runner, and Jack is more of a thrower. So I think it goes hand in hand because Reese is a runner. So if you had Zach running all the time, then you wouldn't get that Reese explosion. I think that's mainly the reason why we didn't hear a lot about Reese Bellin last year is because Zach is more of a runner.
And Reese really started at that slot position last year. But seeing him step up as the number one, not only the number one receiver, but the deep threat receiver, the guy to target in the red zone or even just anywhere, has been amazing this year. And that has led Reese to a 6-touchdown season, already topping the amount of touchdowns he got last year. 4 of those touchdowns were in the same game.
Yeah, that man is tough.
Speaking of something that's tough, 3rd and 14 for the Carmel Greyhounds so far. Looks like even if we miss this play, we can get a field goal. But we do not want to miss this play.
But it looks like Ben Davis's defense is really, what a great catch. Oh, wait. No, we dropped that. I totally missed that. And it looks like Carmel will switch sides. Wow, they are really cheering.
Excuse me, that was a 4th and 14 for the Carmel Greyhounds. Don't know why they didn't attempt a field goal there. because the Carmel defense will take the field and put Ben Davis in a pretty hard spot. But we've seen how far Ben Davis can get down the field so far. And we'll see what happens with this Giants offensive drive. And a big 8-yard gain already on their first drive.
You know what I've noticed? There has not been, correct me if I'm wrong, there hasn't been a single timeout, has there?
There's not been a single timeout or a single touchdown.
Yeah, sadly not.
Zane Skabinski with a big catch to get the first down for the Ben Davis Giants offense. Carmel will be on the Ben Davis will be on the 31-yard line. And like we mentioned earlier, this is the homecoming game for the Greyhounds. And for a senior-led defense and offense, it's going to be sad because this is one of the last 2 games the Greyhounds will play at home.
It's a must-win, Ryan. It's a must-win as
Chris Peterson gets the pick off of Thomas Gaskowski, one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Indiana.
I'm telling you, Carmel's defense, it just takes a while. Like, Carmel's offense and defense, it just takes a while to warm up. Once they get warmed up, they just get really moving. As Carmel switches to offense. We're going to hopefully get a touchdown, but you never know. You never know. We may.
And something that's been amazing to watch this season on the defensive side of the ball is Christian Peterson's breakout performance this year. As a junior coming in and just dominating like this. We've only seen this with Winston Berglund and Will Helt. Will Helt's dominated since he was a freshman. Winston the same. So, been very awesome watching Chris. And that was Al Fayad with the running play to get him up to about the 40, I'll call it 44, 43.
We'll round up. We'll do 45.
No, actually, you're right, 44. I was close.
Wow.
I was close.
Okay, I see how it is. Yeah.
4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 for the Greyhounds. 2 running backs in the backfield. 3 wide receivers.
It's Ben Davis picks up on that and takes him down instantly.
And now we are 3rd and 5. So that was a 1-yard gain. Good. That's very good for the Greyhounds. But they got that momentum off of the pick by Chris Pearson, the amazing pick. And they want to score a touchdown. They have to.
You don't see that from Thomas very often. As you said, he's a very good quarterback, one of the better in the States. And it's disappointing to see him throw an interception so early in the game. Hopefully that doesn't affect his mindset too early on. Because Ben Davis needs it.
And Jack has to pass here.
What a bullet to Reese Bellin. You know who it is. Reese Bellin.
First down for the Carmel Greyhounds. And that will be on the 35-yard line. The Carmel's own 35, or Ben Davis's 35-yard line.
I don't know about you, Ryan, but I'm getting excited for a touchdown. It's getting close. It's getting close. This is probably one of the closer, drives to a touchdown.
And I think this has been the closest first half that the Carmel Greyhounds have had so far this year.
That's true.
Personally, I did not go to the Center Grove game, but I heard that was close. Scott, you went to the Center Grove game.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about it?
So, yeah, I went to the Center Grove game. Okay, I just got to say, Center Grove, if there's any Center Grove high schoolers out there, you guys are the best student section. That whole building was shaking. Props to you guys. But the game was really exciting, really close. There was an instance where it looked pretty bad. We were down by maybe 2 touchdowns or something, but we eventually came back and got a touchdown, and I think we were up by 3 but then Center Grove got the touchdown, and they eventually won. But, yeah, just a great game by both very good teams. Because Ben Davis, Carmel, and Center Grove, they're all top 3. And it's not really a conference, but it's the Metro of Indy. So they're all top 3. Really good matchup that we have tonight for homecoming.
And Lavelle Stewart comes on the field. Big gain for the Greyhounds. And Jack leaves the field, so it's going to be a direct snap to Lavelle Stewart here like they did last time. It's going to be a direct snap to Chris Peterson here. So they're going to run it with Chris Peterson. Now we'll watch Chris to see what he does. But this is a very interesting play that Carmel runs. It's called a trick. It's a trick play where they snap directly to Chris, and then Chris runs with the ball. Now they're going to slowly start to catch on to this. And it looks like they already have. But Chris Peterson, a good play for him. And his number, and as Casimir Jack, and Nathan Rogers come back on the field as Elijah Al-Fayad leaves. You know he has to pass here. 4th and 8. Carmel needs this first down. And we'll see what Carmel can do here with this first, to hopefully get this first down. About 3 minutes left in the second quarter, the first half of the game. Still tied at 0-0. You want to get those first points on the board because you do not want to take this game to overtime.
Oof. I think there could have been definitely a flag there. I don't know why that bro's celebrating. You tackled my mans. Also, I have never seen a 4th and 9 and they went for it. I don't know what's with this homecoming air or fall air, but like something's messing with the coach because they are very aggressive, but understandably so. I mean, they really just want to get some points on the board.
I can't tell if there's a flag on the play or not.
I don't think there is.
There is a penalty flag on the play. You'll see what that means for the Greyhounds, for the Ben Davis Giants.
That means a first down, boy.
My guess is probably either offensive or defensive pass interference.
I think it was definitely more pass interference.
Sideline warning for Ben Davis. So it will still be Ben Davis's ball. Just has a little bit of setbacks with a little bit, the same amount of yards to cover. So don't really know what this penalty was punished for. I guess it was just a warning to maybe the Ben Davis's coach or someone else.
I don't know why they're like celebrating all that. It's still 0-0 in the second quarter.
And wow, we'll see if Ben Davis has 2 minutes to score here. That's still enough time to score. But we'll see what Ben Davis does with the ball. 3 timeouts left.
He is gone. As he picks up about 7 yards, it looks like. As
Carmel defense tries to block here, the Ben Davis Giants will still get the first down. And just kind of the Carmel defense is looking a little bit weak here.
I mean, both sides are looking like there's really nothing you can take from this. Like, both sides are just very stagnant. Like, they are, like, again, 0-0, second quarter. Looks like a standstill, and a wild pass by Thomas as Carmel gets a stop.
And our clock for you is back on track, 1:37. It was off for a little bit, so we are sorry about that. But
let me tell you, Ryan, I do graphics. The graphics for the clock is the hardest thing ever. What they do on NFL is insane. Like, having to do the 2nd and 10, and we got my good buddy Dominic doing graphics right now. It's tough. It's tough because you got to do the 2nd and 10. You got to look around. You got to look at the clock. It's tough. So sorry for any technical difficulties. We're still working on the graphics. Because last year we really didn't have like 2nd and 10 graphics and stuff like that. So.
And Kyle Fetchdora blocks that pass deflection for the Carmel Greyhounds. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in this second half. If Carmel gets the ball here, they'll still have a chance to score. We've seen Carmel score on a 10-second play. So if Carmel has any time, they also have their 3 timeouts left. So if Carmel has any time, they're not only going to be going for the touchdown, but they will hopefully get the touchdown.
Thomas passes it.
That's Elijah.
And Elijah Price. It looks like a flag is down, though.
Flag down on the play. Looks like it should be coming back. A holding, most likely a holding call based on where the flag is and where the player was. But we'll see what the official calls here.
Yep, you're right. Hey, okay. I see you. Go for a lottery right now, my boy. Guessing all these things.
And so that will mean a loss of a down.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, it looks, yeah, they move yardage about like 10 or 15 yards.
So how it works, or yes, not a loss of a down. So it's a loss of a couple of yards, or 5 yards to be more specific. They still get the third down though. So risky for Carmel, because if they don't get a sack here, we know Ben Davis is going to go for it. There's a minute left.
It could be 4 and 15, and both teams will go.
I would think they would
go for it. It's insane. I've never seen this before.
And some confusion on the field with the officials talking to Ben Davis. But not a lot of action this game.
No. But, I mean, that's fine. Honestly, again, like you said, I would rather have a close game.
I'd rather have a game that goes to overtime than a blowout game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I do not want to get blown out on homecoming night. That would just not be good. But, yeah, it definitely looks like there's some confusion on the floor on the field as the refs are pointing, coaches are pointing, everybody's pointing fingers at each other. And it looks like we should be good.
And Carmel will be able to, Ben Davis will be able to hike the ball here. Gaskowski looking lost.
Thomas with another interesting pass. I feel like there's some miscommunication between the receivers and Thomas, because there was a few times where I think Thomas was expecting them to go this way, but they actually went this way. But yeah, it's just communication needs to be better on Ben Davis' side.
And something we haven't seen in this game is Ben Davis's punt team is finally coming onto the field for the first time.
Oh my gosh! Wait, you're right. Wow, because they've always did turnover on downs.
And wow,
unless they fake it.
Chris Peterson is back there to receive. He's a dangerous return man. Has a lot of yardage. On these returns.
Oh my gosh.
So, timeout by Davis. That will reverse the play. So that play hasn't happened. So we know, since they called that timeout, that most likely means Ben Davis is going to change their minds, go for it here, and try and get a first down so that they have a better chance to score a touchdown here. And as we go into this timeout, what do we think, or what do we expect to see here if Carmel gets the ball? Do we expect to see a lot of deep passes, or do we think we're just going to run down the clock?
Honestly, I think we're just going to run down the clock and play it safe, because neither offense is getting pretty far. So I feel like just taking off the clock, getting into halftime, talking with your boys, and just honing down on the problems so you can get it figured out. And find some strategies to really push up the ball more.
All right, so I was correct. No, the punt team stays on the field, so maybe they are running the fake punt. If Ben Davis didn't call that timeout here.
How much would you bet $10 for an onside kick?
They're not going to do it. That's not how. Okay. I'm not going to talk about that.
I was kidding. Oh my.
That's a. If you didn't see, the reason why Chris Pearson stopped was because he called a fair catch. So he did not have to. He did not have to run back. So even if he did get hit, it would have been a receiving interference that would have affected the Ben Davis defense. Carmel offense would have gotten to move up. So good thing for Carmel to call that fair catch. We have a 4 receiver set here. 1 running back in the backfield. Jack's gonna pass. Depends on who it's to though.
Oof. That was a tough pass, yeah.
And that was the target there was Blake Matthews. Or sorry, Adrian Caldwell. Cannot see the numbers very well from up here.
It's okay. You need better glasses, Ryan.
And as they were on the top of your screen and far side of our field. That is my bad.
I forgive you, Ryan. Forgive me.
But it's been very interesting to see all of these receivers step up just this whole season. But they want to make a good play here. And as you saw, that looks to be number 44, Lavelle Stewart, the freshman in the backfield.
Jack is looking for a Hail Mary.
Wow, Reese.
As we get Reese Bellin wide open. And he is going. He is going. He is gone.
For the touchdown. Carmel Greyhounds score their first touchdown of the game. The first touchdown of the whole game. And it's to his favorite target, Reese Bellin. That was an amazing run by Reese after the catch. He got those yards. He earned his yards.
He got them legs. He was sprinting down.
And as we were talking, we felt the energy in the stadium finally rise up. I could definitely feel the energy, yeah. And the clapping within this booth.
It's a packed out house too. There is no seat left open as we get the extra point. And we lead 7-0.
7-0 in the first half. You see Reese's teammates hyping up. The best part about being, and Scott and I have a lot of experience of being on the field with these guys. The best part is how hyped they are for each other and how much of a team connection they have with each other.
Right. And it is also scary because I feel like there were some times where I thought I was going to die. And I feel like you could feel the same way. But no, these boys, you could just tell they're really close with each other. Everybody is a family in this team. Because whenever, like I always saw, like whenever somebody did a mistake, their teammate was always up for them and be like, hey, you got this, fam. Like, just keep your head up. And same thing for like celebrating. Like if somebody did something good, the whole team is just celebrating with you. It's a really nice, close-knit like connection between each other because not all teams are like that. You'd be surprised. Some teams are dysfunctional within the locker room, but not for Carmel.
And like I mentioned earlier, last homecoming game for these seniors. So that has to be emotional for Reese to score one of those touchdowns in his last and final homecoming game. And for a first time, we'll see another kickoff since the first kickoff.
Looks like he's going for it. Nice. Good positioning for Carmel as we get ready to be on defense. As we are around looks like the 10-yard line.
So they'll start with a lot of yardage left to run, a lot of yardage left to get, but we just saw Carmel do the exact same thing.
True.
And Ben Davis has just as an athletically gifted wide receiver as Reese, and the same guy that has the same last name with Marquise Reese.
Is that a coincidence? I think not. I think Reese is just a baller name. So you can tell that it's like Yeah, Elijah Price again with another target. And honestly, you could just tell Thomas's favorite people. It would be Destin, it would be Zane, and it would be Elijah. Them three.
And why Scott was talking, big breakout run for,
I guess, Elijah Price.
Elijah Price, yes. Wow, they are already on that 35, 36 maybe yard line.
But see, the problem is they're not really going against the Carmel defense. Now they're going against the clock because you have 30 seconds to get around 60 yardage.
And Ben Davis calls a timeout. So let's flash back to that touchdown there. Very just big touchdown for Reese. And what do you feel the momentum is going to be, not only going into the locker room, but coming back out to defend against the Giants after this half?
Well, see, I can't really say for sure because you never know what can happen in this 30 seconds. Ben Davis could easily get, they could break away, Zane could break away, Thomas get that connection, and boom, touchdown. But for right now, I definitely feel like the momentum is in Carmel's hands. Being up 7-0, and it feels like they're starting to click more again. Both teams very slow to start with offense and defense. But yeah, I feel like this first half will be pretty slow, but this second half will be very much more exciting as we get ready to set it off. Thomas looking, and he's got it.
And when you go out of bounds, and this goes for every type of football, the clock stops. So what you're looking for here, if you're playing against the clock, as much as the Giants are right now, you're trying to look for that good pass or run so you can get outside and stop the clock without wasting timeout, as the Giants only have one timeout left.
And if you somehow get the pass in the middle, you can always just slide down, so to stop the clock. It looks like Greyhounds locked that down really quick, as it looks like just gainage of a few yards.
So they'll be on their own. No, they'll be on the Carmel 49 here. Very dangerous for the Giants, as they still have enough time to score here. They'll just have to see their aggressiveness and what they're going to do here to try and get on Carmel's.
Oh, they're moving up again.
And
so penalty against the Greyhounds, the PA announcer just said.
So the Giants will be on the 31-yard line. They only have 31 yards to get in 20 seconds.
And honestly, you could just like run down the clock. Well, obviously you want to try and get a touchdown, but you also don't want to risk an interception and try and get that field goal. Because I feel like just any points on the board would be helpful for Ben Davis. It looks like they are just going to try and run out the clock and then try and get a quick field goal.
And he was targeting his man, Sabinski, there. But Kyle stepped up his game. He's learned not only Sabinski's routes, but Sabinski's strengths and weaknesses here.
I was about to say, Zane was popping off in the very first quarter and a little bit of the second quarter, but I think Kyle really shut him down.
Zane's back at the bottom. Reese is at the top of your screen. And he passes to Reese.
It's right out of bounds, yeah.
Goes out of bounds. 5 seconds left on the clock. What do you do here? Do you risk it for the touchdown?
I don't want to risk it for the biscuit. I ain't going to lie. I would go for the field goal.
But you go for the field goal, and it looks like...
Because you know, like, Carmel's going to lock down the sidelines, especially considering that it's 5 seconds left. So.
And the field goal unit...
It's still not out.
No, the field goal unit is out on the field. So depending on how this goes, we should see, hopefully, 7-0. But
I was about to say, you better not say 7-3. Is it blocked? Interesting. But it looks like it may be a penalty against Greyhounds, as refs are quickly dismissing the field goal because it was blocked.
Illegal substitution. So that means that Ben Davis gets a closer field goal attempt. So they'll move up a couple of yards here.
Just another example of Carmel suffering from the yardage and penalties. That is one thing that they have been struggling with is the penalties.
So now it's a 32-yard field goal instead of a 37-yard field goal. 5 more yards might make it a tiny bit easier for Ben Rudolph, the kicker.
Looks like... I don't even know. I have never seen this much stoppage in a football game. I've gone to like every single one. I've never seen this before.
So,
there we go.
32-yarder. And as Ben Rudolph gets ready for the kick.
Miss it.
Another blocked kick for Chris Peterson. He was the one who blocked, in quotation marks, the first one.
They can thank me. They can thank me. I was the reason why they blocked.
And as Chris Peterson gets the block, we will get ready to go into halftime. Scott, let's just do a quick, what have you thought about the game so far?
Honestly, again, it's just a slow game for the Greyhounds and Ben Davis. Obviously, Carmel did eventually get that touchdown, but it was off of just a miscommunication of Ben Davis' defense, and it just let Reese Bellin, the best wide receiver on the team, get a wide open touchdown. But other than that, it's just been a struggle bus for both teams.
And what do you want to see in the second half as we finish up our halftime show?
I want to see a lot more. Passes, because I feel like maybe even like shorter passes or longer passes, because I feel like these run games that they've been trying to do, I think Ben Davis and Carmel really just locks it down, because as I said, both teams are very good defensively. I would just like to see more passing, because I feel like it would get the crowd more excited, it would get me more excited, and yeah, it'd just be a better game. So,
and we will resume in the third quarter as we take it away to our marching Greyhounds. Hello and welcome back. Amazing performance by the marching band, and the homecoming queen was also named, so congratulations to her. So let's get back into this game. Reese Bellin scored the only touchdown. Scott, what are your thoughts on that?
Again, it was a breakdown of Ben Davis's defense. I think it was like a once in a while. I don't think that will happen again because Reese Bellin is literally the best player on the team. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the second half. I think the offense and defense will be warmed up, and we will be firing on all cylinders. So hopefully the score will match that energy. What you think about the second half?
Well, for the second half, I think the main focus here is going to be Carmel's defense. We saw, even at the ending of the game here, Carmel was kind of letting Ben Davis slip a lot. Ben Davis gained a lot of garbage yardage.
Right, and it was mainly because of penalty. It wasn't even like chipping it away. It was just stupid penalties. I mean, Carmel was always a struggle with the penalties. I think that's the one demise of their team. That in the running game, which, speaking of which, they're running. They've actually run a lot more this game than any other game, but it just really didn't turn out well. They don't really have that guy for running the games or running the ball. So, yeah, I mean, I think this should be a good matchup for tonight. I think the second half should show like the strengths of each team, so I'm excited for it.
And the second half is about to start. Just a reminder, the Giants will receive the ball to start the second half. They will be looking to score a touchdown here to even up the game. Let's make this second half an amazing second half, and let's hope we have a great second half as we switch as they're about to start on the field.
And wow, the crowd is going crazy listening to. Is this Taylor Swift?
No,
it's not.
Miley Cyrus.
Katie. See, I don't know my music. I'm sorry. I don't even know like Lil Tech and all those people.
Sorry,
that's so funny, right?
That's just like an out-of-pocket name. Like I don't know, but I think
Six
of
Dogs.
rappers,
Rest in peace, Six Dogs.
When I think of rappers, the first name that doesn't come to my head is Lil Tech.
One hit wonder, Lil Tech.
So Carmel will be, I guess, kicking off the ball as Ben Davis will be set to receive. And
what a good kick.
24 minutes of homecoming football left for your Greyhounds in this game.
And it looks like a touchback has been a thing. Okay, for a touchback, is it 20 yards up?
20 yards in. 20 yards if the ball lands outside of the end zone.
Okay.
And then 25 if the ball lands in the back of the end zone.
Okay.
I know. I've always been confused about that rule too, because like in the NFL, that's what they.
It's all a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because I mainly watch like NFL football, and honestly, you'd be surprised on how different the rules are and stuff.
Wait a second. You watch NFL football? Whoa.
From time to time, until my Pacers come on, I watch the Colts. Okay.
And as we open the second half with a big tackle for the Carmel Greyhounds. And 2nd and 9. So a 1 yard lane for, guess what? It's Elijah Price. He's had the ball a lot this game.
He's a beast. What can I say?
And another little tackle. That was on Destin Buchamp.
It looks like a gainage of a few yards as it's 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. So we'll see what the Giants do here.
I hope the viewers can hear like the PA announcer screaming it's 3rd down.
I know, Mr. Dragish is really, really loud.
I forgot he was the announcer. He's my gym teacher for middle school. That's crazy. As Thomas, oh my
nice
goodness.
Pass.
Oh my good golly.
Oh my God, he's breaking
Oh my good
free.
golly molly.
And Ben
Oh
Davis.
my good molly golly. He is gone. He is like the Flash. He is just gone. You can't see him.
A 3-play, 83-yard touchdown for the Giants. That has got to be not only a momentum killer for the Greyhounds, but a momentum
gainer.
Boost.
Yeah, boost. Exactly.
For the Ben Davis Giants. So we are going to have an exciting half.
I told you.
Starting with a touchdown.
I told you.
Within the first 1 minute and 30 seconds of the second half.
And wow, I didn't even get to see who was defending him, but he was just like, where was he going?
There's a whole.
He just whoop, gone.
There's a whole array of defenders onto the Greyhounds, or from the Greyhounds onto the Giants.
And we got it all tied up 7-7.
And did you see who scored that touchdown by chance?
I did not see that. He was just too fast. I'm telling you. Man was like the Flash.
My guess is, since they've been running a lot of Reese on the top, that was probably Marquise Reese. I did not hear the PA announcer.
I didn't either.
I wasn't really paying attention.
Hey, come on. You got to pay attention. You're my play-by-play.
I was just trying to make the good call. So.
It's all right. I forgive you somewhat, you know.
And looks like the head coach of the Giants is talking to his players down there. What do you think he's saying right now after what looked to be an easy 3-play touchdown?
He's probably saying, good job, guys. Do it again. And then do it some more. I feel like that's all he said. Amen to that. As Ben Davis gets ready on the field, with Carmel on the field as well, getting ready for the kickoff.
And this is the second kickoff since after halftime for the Giants.
Squidward in a chair. Sorry, that's my favorite song.
Don't sing, please.
Don't sing. I'm sorry. This crowd is just really hype. I'm just really excited.
And that's Peterson out there to receive, along with, I'm guessing, Winston Berglund. Winston Berglund's a dangerous return man, because we saw at their last home game against the Pike Red Devils, a big Winston Berglund touchdown reception. Not only a touchdown return, but also a big interception touchdown. And it's a short kick. I was looking for the right word here. Short kick, giving Carmel good offensive field.
English is hard, Ryan. I get you.
I felt like you first.
I know. I'm stuttering and all this. English is hard, man. It's actually one of the most hardest languages in the world. So, anyways, back to football.
Yes, back to football. So, still 10:37 left on the clock, and still a whole fourth quarter. But it's been an exciting neck-to-neck game.
Yeah, it's already that was a minute and a half. Not even a minute and a half has passed, and we already got a touchdown. I think this gives you a really good insight on what will happen the rest of the game.
And I think what Carmel's going to try and do here to build is, I haven't seen much run game from Carmel, and
which you don't usually see anyways. But the first quarter, yeah, we ran the ball a lot, but yeah, like you said, haven't seen it in a while.
And you see Reese is down on the outside with two receivers on the bottom, two receivers up top, one running back in the backfield. Jack, screen pass to the running back.
Nice block. It's a first down.
That was to Elijah Al-Fayad, one of his receivers in the back, his running back in the back. But running backs are always receivers. They always have to be threatening on the pass. Third and Greyhounds move it to 3rd and 1. So it seems like it should be pretty easy to convert on this 3rd down. 2 running backs in the backfield.
Also, Nathan Rogers got subbed out as, let's see if Carmel got this 1 yardage. It's going to be a close one for sure. From my angle, it looks pretty good, but my eyes aren't the best. I'm getting older, Ryan, so. Actually, I don't think that passed it. Oh, they're getting the chain out.
So, they're going to measure the ball here.
It looks good.
It looks correct.
Oh, wait.
Look like you were correct about Lavelle Stewart's 1 yard gain. It's going to be short by about an inch here. So 4th and inches.
So, Ryan, if you were the coach, would you go for it?
Well, from what I see, they made 2 offensive line substitutions. Blake Matthews, Lavelle Stewart, and Cadwell are coming out.
But Jack's still in. So it looks like they are going for it. A common reoccurrence in this game, which I'm not complaining for. I feel like it just gives it a more excitement.
And if I had to guess here, they might do a little something with the QB is my guess. Or something with the running back, excuse me. With Elijah Al-Fayad. Yes, Elijah Al-Fayad getting enough yards for that first down, moving the sticks. Because this is what the Greyhounds need to do. Not only do they need to run down clock, but they also need to score at least 1 more touchdown before Ben Davis scores another touchdown, or block out Ben Davis so they don't score another touchdown. And Reese is at the bottom of your screen. 1 receiver at the top of your screen, 2 receivers on the bottom. It looks to be 3 receivers on the bottom. I'm guessing it's going to be a pass play here for Jack.
You were wrong. You were wrong, Ryan.
So a tackle for loss by the Giants.
Looks like a loss of yards for Carmel. Or about the same as it is, 2 and 10. And again, running has not been in Carmel's favor tonight, and nor Ben Davis really. The offense, I think honestly, it's not even the offense's fault. It's just the defense is just really suffocating tonight.
So no gain for the Greyhounds, but also no loss. So the Greyhounds need to capitalize here on this opportunity.
Oh, Alex.
That was to Nathan Rogers. Looks to be an easy touchdown.
Rogers. Let's go.
And the second touchdown of the game, scored by Nathan Rogers. His first.
Oh, don't run into the balloons. Whew. I thought he was going to run into the balloons. Oh, man, he's hype. I love Nathan. Oh, my gosh. He's hype. He's getting the crowd hype. Because, honestly, Nathan has not had much playtime, but since all the injuries that Carmel has had, and he's getting the crowd. I like him. I like Nathan, bro. Oh, yeah. He tough. Yeah, but no, it's good to see him get playtime because obviously he deserves it.
And the Hounds go up 14-7, but I feel like Ben Davis is honestly now in this second half, they looked like they were clicking on that first offensive drive.
Oh, for sure. I think Ben Davis has a like something up their sleeve for sure. Because you can kind of just tell the coach is just sitting, as you can see, the coach is just sitting down and talking with the players, and yeah, I just feel like I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting game for sure.
Very interesting game left here with 7:40 left in this third quarter, and just what an amazing second half so far. I've loved this second half.
Oh, this is awesome.
Of the game. It's been a great game. It was very slow in the beginning.
But hey, that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes it's okay. Because it gives more excitement to the second half. Because now this seemed really exciting. Because there's been 2 touchdowns in a matter of 5 minutes? Not even?
5 minutes. Maybe even.
It was actually less. It's 4:20. Yeah, 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Quick maths.
And you see Ben Sponsler start to kick off the ball here. And you saw that. Those protectors, those guards, scooting back just in case Carmel does the same thing.
Oh,
that
he gets
Ben
tripped
Davis
up.
did. Okay, so Ben Davis will start on their own 20-yard line. And that was senior Amaris Dibe with the tackle.
Yeah, so what have you been liking a lot about Carmel's defense tonight, Ryan?
Carmel's defense, I mean, honestly, it's that top of the guy at the top of your screen, Christian Peterson, goes by Chris Peterson, listed as Christian, and
So that made that apparent. Make that apparent.
and just he's been amazing. Like I feel like the defense is in really good hands. Because honestly, we have the two seniors are our best two defenders right now. But Chris Peterson, we're in good hands once these two seniors leave. And while we were talking about that, a big sack by, hold on, Mason Bardwell.
Yeah, Mason Bardwell.
Senior Mason Bardwell. He has 2 tackles for loss. That is and a quick pass again.
Quick pass again and a fake. But it looks like not a lot of gain yardage for Ben Davis as they are at a standstill for third, around 5.
So Winston Berglund comes in as we see.
Looks like Tim Haas exits. Okay, give the crowd hype. Yeah.
That's number 20, Elijah Al-Fayad, getting the crowd hyped up.
Hensley taken down. Good defensive stop for the Carmel Greyhounds. As Ben Davis is really struggling with their offense right now, as it is a 4th and 10, and it looks like they will be punting. They will not be, doing it again. We're 4 and 12, and they just go for it. Hey, don't do that.
Okay, so Carmel now has the chance to not only they already have the lead, they have a chance to get a 2-possession lead.
Almost another block for Carmel.
That would be a big 2-possession lead if they can get it here.
And it looks okay.
So Chris Peterson makes the catch for the Greyhounds. And we will start on the 37-yard line. So Ben Davis has a lot of field to defend, but Carmel's gonna make their move here. You have two receivers with not only big touchdowns, but very long touchdowns.
Right. It looks like Elijah exits the field. So maybe it looks to be more of a passing game that they're going to go for the Elijahs. getting subbed out for now.
Well, what's interesting is we've noticed on first downs, we see Elijah out, but Lavelle was named the starter this week on the depth chart. He's listed as the starter.
Right.
So Lavelle really looks to be good this game so far.
See, that's what's great about Carmel Greyhounds is that they will always have a good, deep team that you can trust anybody. Because let's be honest, the people coming off the bench, they could easily start for another high school. Like, they could easily do that. That just shows you the commitment and love these players have for Carmel, because they could theoretically quit Carmel and go for another team and start, but they love it here, so it's just really awesome to see.
And as Carmel gets ready for their first down here, it's going to be a run play with Lavelle Stewart getting all the way to the 41, maybe 40-yard line. And Carmel's running game, Lavelle Stewart has potential to break free. Lavelle Stewart is a big freshman. He's a huge freshman. If you see him there, he's big body in all of those. Ben Davis's defense is made up of mostly seniors and juniors. So as a freshman, Lavelle is killing those big seniors and juniors. And it's a nice little low pass to his wide receiver up there.
Take it down instantly. Yeah, no, as a freshman, I could not imagine playing with these big kids as, you know, seniors and juniors. It's like props for him. Because like I remember when I was like a freshman, like if you saw a senior, you're scared. And imagine like a football senior. They're huge. Most of these guys are like 6 foot, 250. It's crazy. 6'5".
And Jack hikes the ball here. He's going to pass. Depends on who it's to. Looks like number 13, Big Blake Matthews. So it's going to be a 3-and-out for the Greyhounds as they start to punt to the Ben Davis Giants. But this is what you have to do. It's not a game against Ben Davis right now. If you have a lead, it's a game against giving them easy yardage.
Right.
The reason why they didn't go for this here is it's 4th and 3rd, but they're on our side of the ball right now. Or they would be on our side of the field.
And also, you don't want to risk a penalty either, because Carmel again has been struggling to not draw a penalty as he gets taken down very quickly.
33-yard line. So good yard position. And they have a good chance to work with something here. I think the scariest thing about Ben Davis, I don't know if you've noticed this, Scott, is all the, I guess the pass, like they know each other. They're quick.
Right.
Carmel's not quick. Jack takes minutes.
He takes his time to get the ball out of his hands. But Thomas with the Ben Davis's QB, he gets it out pretty quick.
And I think that's been their biggest strength so far. No one knows.
See, as you can just see, Ben Davis, they're quick on their feet. But that also means if you're quicker, you're usually going to be a lot smaller. So that's where Carmel's physicality really brings it in. Because Carmel is a lot slower, but they're also much bigger. So it's fair play.
And we mentioned how Lavelle Stewart was a big boy. But someone who's big, is Elijah Price. He's been able to kind of just mess around, like make it look like they're playing outside football in the playground.
Yeah.
On this Carmel defense.
I definitely feel like second half is a lot penalty free. I feel like it's a lot more freedom when playing. So yeah, it's been a lot smoother second half than the first one, as this third quarter is almost done with 2 minutes left.
And Goskowski has 4 receivers out, so he's going to pass.
Another quick pass, but see, those quick passes, it makes the receiver not be able to fully, like, get ready to catch the ball. It's just too quick. Receiver wasn't ready to get it.
And the pass was intended for Destin Beauchamp. Obviously, you guys saw it flopped off of his hands.
Right.
And third down here for the Giants, 3rd and 8. They're on the opponent's 48, so most likely they will punt again.
We got to knock on wood now. I'm knocking on wood. Now that you just said that. Watch, they're gonna score a touchdown. Ryan, that's a first down. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
So first down for Ben Davis. So they're on their own side of the ball. Or they're trying to score against us now. Ben Davis 40-yard line. That means they have 40 yards to attempt to score. It's 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds. And Pierce with an easy-looking 3-yard gain.
And you can tell with Carmel's defense, they're preparing for a run, as their defense is not too spread out. Ben Davis's offense is also not too spread out. So it looks like they're just going to be chipping away yardage until they get that first down, and then maybe they'll go for the pass to get the touchdown. Or maybe they'll just try and get a field goal, because any points is just nice at this rate. Thomas passes it away. Looks like Zane wanted a pass interference or something. Maybe a holding. But you got nothing.
And they say that pass was intended for Sabinski, but it looked more like it was heading towards number 1, Destin Beauchamp. And we'll see. Goskowski has another chance here to make something happen. 35-yard line, so most likely they won't go for the field goal here. Hopefully.
It looks like all the wide receivers are out, so it looks like they're definitely going to go for Hail Mary as he jumps, and then, woo, nice twist and turn around as they get the first down. Looks like that will be Elijah Price again with the take. And now it's in the red zone, so we'll see what happens with 25 seconds left, and the time is ticking. So it looks like Thomas is cooking up something. I don't know what, but gotta cook up something quick.
It'll be interesting to see if he passes here, or if he if they run here, and they obviously end up passing, as you saw.
And it looks like the time will continue. I thought he got tackled out of bounds, but I could be wrong.
Well, what happens is they don't stop the clock until the 4th quarter if you go out of bounds.
High school football is so different.
Well, no, that's what they do in NFL football
really?
too. Yes.
Oh, not bad.
It's okay, Scott.
As we head into the 4th quarter, the Hounds lead 14-7.
So, 4th quarter, the Greyhounds will be scoring on the other side of your screen now. Or, sorry, Ben Davis. Well, both is true, but more specifically, now we're going to switch to the other side of the field on the other 20-yard line. It looks like they're on the 15. I did not know they were on the 15-yard line. But they'll be on the 15-yard line, 2nd and 5, so they're in field goal range.
Right.
So if they want to play the smart here, they're gonna maybe score 3 points.
See, but at this rate, I would just go for a touchdown. I would go for a touchdown, because once you get that 3 points, you still have to get a touchdown to even pass 14. So I think coach is definitely going to go for a touchdown. But yes, worst comes to worst, they will probably kick a field goal. Or they'll go for it. It's common recurrence.
And the biggest thing to see here is what they'll do after they score the touchdown. Will they go for the 2-point conversion to maybe get a lead, or will they go for the tie?
Well, based off past history, the coach is definitely a lot more aggressive. So honestly, it could be a possibility.
And Carmel hands it off to Dustin Boucham back in the backfield.
I thought he fumbled for a second, but it looks like he recovered it.
And they'll get the 3rd down and very short. To me, from up here, it looked like a first down, but we'll see what they call it.
I think he was definitely a little short.
So a timeout on the field, wasting their first timeout. So it's going to be very... No.
As you can see, the ball on the 15 with now it's first and 9.
So 1st and goal, starting on the 10-yard line. So, wow, Ben Davis has 4 chances to score here. 3 chances to score a touchdown. 4 chances to score a touchdown. But if I was them right now, I'd play smart. And even if I don't get the touchdown, go for the field goal. But I feel like what you said earlier, aggressiveness is a big key for Ben Davis, for this Ben Davis team. Because like Will and LaShawn mentioned in their pregame show, the series between them in their history has been very even, 24-24, and you want to have that 25-24 lead within the series, within the matchup history.
As Thomas throws a lateral, and it almost gets to a touchdown, and it looks like it will be 2nd and inches.
And that was Lincoln Murph with the reception. Has been very quiet this game, I'd say. Not many times have we mentioned his... I think this is the first time we've even brought up his name.
I heard Lincoln, I was
like, he's their 2nd best wide receiver.
And honestly...
And while we were talking, he missed a touchdown. And that was Isaac White, their 2nd-string running back with the touchdown. So looks like the extra point team is coming on. So they're going to go for the tie here.
I can never trust them. They could go for a fake and try and go for that conversion, but let's be honest, they're probably going to play it safe and go for that tie. I mean, let's see if Carmel can block it, because they've been really good at trying to block the ball.
I don't know. There's something about Christian Peterson being so athletic and ready to get up there in the Giants' face. And as we say that, the tie is 14-14. 11 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this 4th quarter. So very close game. So Scott, as we just saw, Ben Davis scored on what seemed to be an easy touchdown for them. What's Carmel's strategy here?
Honestly, I would just... Well, I mean, there's really only one way you can go, is just, get a touchdown. I mean, there's just too much time on the clock. Because I was going to say at first, just run down the clock and try to get a field goal. But at this rate, I would wait till 5 minutes in and then try and do that. But for right now, I would just say play it safe. Don't do any stupid penalties. Don't do any interceptions. Just try and go play it safe for a touchdown.
And the only issue right now is that there's so much time on the clock. And I mean, you want to play smart, but you also need to score. I don't even care if it's a field goal. You need to score some sort of points here to keep yourself in the game. You cannot go down by one possession.
Because it's not even like a physical stance, but it's also like a mental thing. If you can't score, it just feels like you're behind a lot, and the other team scores and just kind of builds up onto you. So definitely try and get at least a field goal. Hopefully this will be a good fourth quarter, and we'll go down with hopefully a Carmel victory.
But I think the biggest problem with the Greyhounds is, yes, they have scored 2 touchdowns. But if you think about those touchdowns, they've been on 2 big passes. So, what do you think the Greyhounds... I mean, if the Greyhounds can't get a big pass here, because, I don't know, I don't feel like they've been confident enough in their shallow passes or run game to score a good touchdown here. I feel like they've been... I know they're tied right now, and they were up 14-7, but I feel like it's been really sloppy.
It has
with their other offense.
No, I'm with you. I think Carmel should try and go for those longer passes because you can just tell by Ben Davis's defense they are expecting a run or a short pass. If Reese Bellin can somehow break the defender's ankles, or one of the other wide receivers, I feel like that would be a great chance to get a touchdown.
And that's Blake Matthews down there with Adrian Cowell.
But it looks like they run again and again. They just can't get a yard. It would just be nice to get a longer pass.
So Carmel plays a more run on first down, pass on second down, and then depending on how you do it on third down, either pass or run.
All right.
So Carmel has to pass here. I mean, you're second and long. You don't want to be second and long because it's going to be really hard to make it up on the third down. Oh, no. Okay, so Carmel will lose 10 yards, but gain no, not even getting down. They just lose 10 yards. And it's going to be really hard. Oh, okay, so loss of a down, or gain of a down, but they have 21 yards to go. They have 4 chances to make up 21 yards. That's going to be pretty tough for the
But I mean, with these longer, Alex is good with these longer passes as Ben Davis is being, as Alex throws away the ball. But yeah, Ben Davis is very aggressive with their defense. As it looks like Carmel will be 2 and 21. Second and 21. I don't know why I said 2 and 21.
Okay, Jack has to pass here again because you're second and 21. You need to make up these yards here.
Jack with another scary pass. Reese Bellin was not looking like he was ready for it. It almost turned into an interception. Definitely have to get better communication especially when it was first and 21, and now it's looking third and 21 and looking like a deep hole that you can't climb out of. Looks like the refs are talking once more.
Okay, so Carmel needs to even just try and connect on some sort of pass here. We know they're going to be passing. It just depends on who they're passing to. You have 2 receivers down the field. Looks to be Blake Matthews and Cowell again. Ooh. Penalty on the play. That will move them up by 10 yards.
Ooh.
So Carmel has, instead of having 1 more chance to get 21 yards, they have 2 more chances to get 11 yards. It makes it a lot easier for them. But I'm still expecting a passing play here. 3 receivers down the field, 1 receiver up high. And it's a run with Lavelle Stewart.
Jack, there's a run to Stewart.
Dang, I was not expecting a run with Lavelle Stewart here. Only got him 1 yard. So they still have a decent amount of yards to go. They have to pass the ball here. Absolutely have to pass the ball here. 3rd and 10. not only do you have to pass the ball here, you gotta hope someone's open or someone can make big yards. You see Reese Bellin up high, along with looks to be Nathan Rogers and Blake Matthews and Cowell on screen. Now you see Nathan Rogers moving down, and Nathan Rogers
Jack
wide open.
ready for a
There's
Hail Mary.
Reese.
Reese Bellin with a great catch.
Great catch for.
Oh, but a flag is on the ground. We'll have to see what this. Who's this against?
Ooh, okay. So since it's back there, my guess is it's
pass interference.
Defensive pass interference, which is a good thing for Carmel.
Or it could be offensive
because
pass interference.
No, Reese didn't do it. They just said penalty on.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And then unsportsmanlike conduct against Carmel. So it looks like we'll be sent back into around the midfield, around the 40. 40-yard line.
40-yard line. So what happened there was we had some sort of penalty on Ben Davis and some sort of penalty on Carmel. So it canceled out, and now Carmel just gets a new set of downs. But they will start on the 50 or 49-yard line, basically close to the 50. 2 running backs in the backfield, 3 wide receivers out there. And a loss of yardage for the Hounds, 45 on the 45-yard line for Elijah Al-Fayed. And Nathan Rogers is back on there. Lavelle Stewart was subbed out for Nathan Rogers.
It looks like Jack may try and go for a Hail Mary again as it's 2nd and 14. Looks like he is, but it's actually a shortstop. And what a great block. Wow. Man, is he still going? Is that Reese Bellin? I couldn't tell.
That was Reese Bellin.
Was.
Reese is so tough. You saw his just resistance and broken tackle there.
That's a big boy. It's a big boy.
That was a great short pass to Reese. But Reese made those yards work. He made those yards work for himself. He did not have an open.
No, he didn't. But
path.
The Carmel Greyhounds did help block, which opened up the opening just a little bit, just enough to get that extra yardage.
And a nice play again. That's to Elijah Al-Fayed. Now Carmel, a 6-yard gain, will be on the 31-yard line. 5-yard gain. Looked like a 6-yard gain from up here.
You can definitely feel the momentum shift as Carmel is really trying to gain momentum here. As it is now 2nd and 5. As another
shovel pass.
Oof.
To Elijah. He gets a 1-yard gain as he stopped on the 30-yard line.
It looks like Jack is very angry about a certain thing. I think he had some discussion with Coach, maybe Coach Hebert.
So Jack, you see Reese. They're gonna go for. I don't know. They can do anything here. They got 4 yards to work with. My guess is a pass play because Carmel likes their passing plays. Reese is at the top. You see Jack looking.
Oh, you got to get rid of that, Jack. You got to get rid of that. I couldn't tell if that was a loss of yardage or it was about the same, as it is still 3rd and 4 on the screen. And it was a loss. It was a loss of 4 yards, so now it'll be 4 and 8.
So 4th and 8.
But it looks like they may go for it.
They're going to go for it as we don't see the punt or kick or field goal team.
I'm telling you, English is hard, Ryan.
Yes,
oh, my Lord.
But what's interesting to watch is Carmel's ran off about 5 minutes off the clock so far.
Right, and that was the whole plan all along. As Jack,
pass
Reese. Oh, that's a flag. Yes, sir.
Pass interference. So they will be on the 1-yard line
Goodbye.
Most likely, unless we somehow saw something there and Reese did something.
No.
Like we thought last time when Reese got a pass interference called. And then it turns out it was unsportsmanlike conduct.
Right. Actually.
But it is on Ben Davis. So we should. Well, let's see what the refs decide to do here. We don't know where the interference was.
I mean, I think it was honestly right around the touchdown area.
So they'll make it. So they'll give them on the 19-yard line. So we got 3 more downs. We went from 4th and 8 on the 34-yard line to 1st and 10 on the 19-yard line. So 15-yard gain for the Greyhounds. Based off of penalties.
That's a total collapse of Ben Davis's end because they had all the tools and cards in their hands to really get that stop and get a lead. And that's a false start, but it looks like number 76. There's a 75, Cameron Davenport. So again, Ben Davis is really fumbling this drive because they had all the cards in their hands to get a stop and score a touchdown and get this lead, but it's looking like a Carmel touchdown right now.
This game has been really exciting so far, especially an exciting second half, and more an exciting, I think, third drive for the Carmel Greyhounds in this quarter. And wow,
almost a touchdown.
Al-Fayed all the way up to the 1 or 2 yard line. 2-yard line. So Carmel will be 1st and goal on the 2nd yard line. So has 2 chances. We saw what Ben Davis did in almost this exact same position, ending in a touchdown that tied the game. So Reese is at the top of your screen. One receiver at the bottom. So most likely a run play with those 2 wide receivers.
Looks like a run for Al-Fayed as it looks like he may be short for the touchdown. I could be wrong.
One-yard gain for Al-Fayed.
As Lavelle Stewart enters the game, and looks like that means maybe they'll run a lot more because Stewart is a beast on the running end. It looks like I couldn't see who subbed out, but definitely I think they're going for more of a running route. I would hope so.
Yep, 2 wide receivers again. Looks like the same setup. We'll see what Stewart has to do here, though. And yep, handoff to Stewart.
Oh, but Ben Davis took that down straight out of their hands, and now it is
3rd and 4.
At 3rd and 4
for the Carmel Greyhounds.
See, I feel like they need to stop going in the trees of all the defense because you got that side angle. You could possibly try and get a blocker and try to get into that corner touchdown. Because right now Ben Davis is on lockdown. So you definitely want to score this drive because you may have to get like a 10-yard field goal. We'll have to see what happened here.
And you see Jack starting to lead the field, so
looks like it was just a timeout.
Timeout call for Ben Davis. First timeout. 4:24 left on the clock. It's almost a guarantee Carmel scores some sort of thing here. So Ben Davis will be hustling to try and
march back on the field. Yeah,
to march back on the field.
Four minutes left. It's going to be tough because knowing both these offenses, they are definitely a lot slower. But I mean, this drive was like pretty fast by Carmel, but I feel like they got some like lucky breaks here and there that made them get to where they are. Because again, Ben Davis had them at a chokehold and they just fumbled, did some dumb penalties, just broke down defensively. And now look where we are. Carmel is about to score a touchdown.
And what's funny to think about is like maybe 2 minutes ago, it was 4th and 8 on the 34-yard line. Now we're 3rd and 3 on the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal on the
3rd and goal, yeah. crazy how momentum can shift like that.
All right, so we've got 4 receivers out. We've ran the ball 3 times. You have to pass here, don't you think?
I would assume that they're going to pass, yeah. Looks like he is. He looked like he's going for Reese Bellin. That is his man. Reese Bellin gets the touchdown. And oh my goodness, we're up. We're up, Ryan.
His second touchdown. But
Don't kill the ref. Okay. Whew. Sorry.
I have a strong feeling that this might be an overtime game.
Really?
We saw Ben Davis. They scored pretty easily in their past 2 drives.
That's true.
Very easily. 4:20 left on the clock. So you know they're going to do a mix of 2 things. Try to score a touchdown and drain out that clock.
Right.
Because you want to take this. I feel like, I don't know who would have the more momentum in overtime, though.
As Ben Sponsler gets the extra point. Carmel leads by 7. As we got 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to see if Giants can get a touchdown. And if not, I think Carmel's got a W in their hands. Homecoming night.
So, Carmel's looking for a pick here or something so that they can get into victory formation. But Ben Davis, on the other hand, is looking for a touchdown. It's touchdown or bust for them in this drive. Touchdown or bust. So what Carmel has to do to try and stop Ben Davis is just stop Ben Davis. Block their best receivers, block Sabinski, and figure out Price, because he's been able to run all over them this game.
Yeah, he has. I think Braylon Price is really the determining factor in this game. If you somehow lock down not Braylon, did I say Braylon Price? He's a CHTV member. I'm so sorry. Elijah Price. That will really be the determining factor on the game, because he's really the only yardage getter this second half.
You can't forget about that long play to lead him up into a touchdown. Pass to Reese, I believe. But Price, or no, it was actually his backup, White, with the touchdown.
Looks like they'll not do the fair catch. He's going long.
So he'll get all the way up to the 38-yard line. That was Blake Williams with the run back.
Or Nate Williams, I think it is. Nate Williams.
Yes, Nate Williams. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're so dumb, Ryan. Oh, imagine messing up. Oh.
Well, okay, it sounds like the PA announcer is saying, Blake, your mind is...
It's all right, Ryan. It's a high school live stream.
But I have the... I'm so confused. That's okay. I have the kickoff punt / punt return listed as Dustin Buchamp.
Oh.
Speaking of the quarterback, or not speaking, the quarterback just made an amazing play.
Thomas almost gets a first down. So it looks like it will be second and around 5.
So Artie Bryant with the tackle. I mean, this D-line really just needs to figure out how to stop their run game. They've been running all over them so far in this drive. And as Ben Davis looks to get ready to hike the ball, looks like a pass play with 4 receivers going after.
That's a dangerous pass. Ooh. It has not been a good game for Thomas. I can tell you that. Passing-wise, he has been a struggle. I feel like he really overthrows it. And the receivers, I can tell, are getting very frustrated with his overthrows as they're raising their hands like, what are you doing? But his run game is kind of made up for it.
Okay, so 3rd down, 3rd and 4 for the Ben Davis Giants. This play could mean a lot here. For Carmel, it's a momentum stopper. It's hopefully a game winner. For Ben Davis, this is their last chance to make a move, and that's Price breaking out. Oh my gosh. All the way to his opponent's 40-yard line.
See, we told you, Elijah Price is the determining factor in this quarter. Carmel Greyhounds has not figured out a way to stop Price. As now it is 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line, it looks like.
Okay, so you have to time manage here very well if you want to make this an overtime game. If not, I feel like Ben Davis is aggressive enough to go for the 2-point conversion, and that could be the reason why, depending on how much time is left on the clock, they either will go for the 2-point conversion or they will try and tie the game.
As Thomas with a quick pass to the outfield.
That's going to be another easy looking first down for the Giants. Nope, it will just be second and very short.
2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 for Ben Davis. But they're already on the 32-yard line. 2:55 left to go. And now the clock will be stopping if you go out of bounds. And Ben Davis looking to make another play here. Made about 2 easy plays. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. That was a great defense by, it looks like, is that Kyle Fedora?
Kyle Fechadora, yes. Kyle Fedorcha, yes.
It's great defense by him. As if he didn't have his hands up, that would have been a touchdown. That was a great pass to Thomas, or by Thomas.
And a great pass to Sabinski. But like we mentioned earlier, Fedorcha has really gotten Sabinski's number. He's really learned him well and been able to stop him.
You can definitely tell Ben Davis is scrambling to get something going as they eventually do get the first down.
They will run with Price again. Price had that big 20-yard line to get him that first down, and now they're on the Carmel's very own 27-yard line.
And you can tell Ben Davis is really trying to like soak in the clock, because if they do get this touchdown, they want Carmel as little time as possible to march down and get that touchdown.
And wow, Price with another huge run for Ben Davis. I will admit, it's been pretty awesome just as a football fan to watch Price make his work.
It reminds me a lot of like Desmond Duffy or like Jonathan Taylor, as it looks like a Giant is on the ground. I can't tell who that is.
That was a big tackle by Winston Berglund. And at the Big Center Grove game, we saw another big tackle by Winston Berglund. So Winston's good at making those big, huge, game-stopping tackles. So Scott, as we go into a injury timeout, what's been the biggest takeaway from not only this Giants drive, but Carmel's last drive?
I don't even know. I think, well, Price is honestly one of the main key factors. He has single-handedly marched this team up until looks like the 25-yard line. And it looks like the Giants player is still down, as we will try and get an update on what just happened. I couldn't really see what happened. I feel like it was just a big tackle and a lot of bodies just went on it.
So Greyhounds get a little bit of a breather here for their defense, which Ben Davis has been really just running all over them so far this drive.
Because again, Ben Davis really does want to suck up the clock as much as possible, again, to try and decrease the amount of time for Greyhounds to get that touchdown. Because if they do get this touchdown, it's a slim chance of Carmel getting that touchdown, so it may look like an overtime. And I think earlier this game you did say that it would go into overtime, and it's looking like it.
It's really looking like it. And if it does go into overtime, I'm really excited to get to commentate. It's been an honor to commentate one of these last, or at least Scott and I's last homecoming game this year. And last year, I got to commentate over homecoming with the senior, and that was an amazing experience, but I'm glad to experience it myself.
It looks like there's some disturbance in the student section, but it looks like the field is ready, and we are off on our way for 2 minutes of this fourth quarter.
So Isaac White will be taking the backfield for the rest of the game, it looks like. In a very big pass deflection by Chris Peterson. 3rd and 8 for the Ben Davis Giants. Okay, so 3rd and 8. But we already know that Thomas has a lot of weapons to pass to here. He could be literally going to anyone here. And that's intended for Reese. Missed. This is looking to be a good game now.
Yeah, we definitely have good position, yeah.
You got to go for it here. Like,
right.
you just have to go for it. And this play determines the game. So obviously I'm rooting for a Carmel win. But I'm not hiding the fact that I would be very excited if this game went into overtime. And I got to spend another 10 minutes with you, Scott.
Oh, thank you. I want to say I feel the same, but I don't. I want to sleep. Let's go.
Play.
Good defense.
So, unless Carmel messes up here, which hopefully they do not.
And knock on wood, Ryan. Don't you dare say that. As he bops my head, because apparently my head's made of wood.
Okay, so
turnover on downs. And Carmel will be on the 25-yard line. And yeah, honestly, just take off the clock. That's all you have to do.
So the Giants have 2 timeouts left. Carmel is on the 20-yard line, 25-yard line. So not a lot of play time left. Greyhounds with a high, very high chance to win.
As you can see, Carmel is trying to milk the clock.
Okay, so Carmel is in victory formation. Just going to have a run play. Wow. Al-Fayad, an amazing
some sort of penalty
play.
On that.
Amazing play. Oh, that was clean, Scott. A clean tackle.
Ah, dang it, I wanted a penalty.
Why'd you want a penalty?
Because so we can solidify that win.
We're going to solidify that win.
Okay. Knock on wood.
So the Greyhounds have a first down. 132 left, 130, 129, 128 left on the clock.
Yeah, honestly, all Carmel does is just have to chill, not do anything too crazy, and just solidify this win. So this homecoming crowd and the homecoming team can secure this W.
And now this is Stewart with the run play. Okay, so we'll have a minute. We'll be in victory formation, running out this clock here.
As it looks like the two teams will talk it over, and Ben Davis calls a timeout.
Ben Davis will only have one timeout left. 2nd and 12. Carmel still has a very good chance of running out the clock here, unless they're just like...
What, fumble?
Unless they just fumble. You know what I was thinking is, so they can get 2nd and 12, 3rd and 12. So they get one more timeout. So that will make it 3rd and 12. And then if they ever get on 4th down, that won't be good for the Greyhounds.
So what's the max? So what's like the minimum amount of minutes to like where you can just sit on the ball?
That play clock down there that says 25.
Right.
You can't.
No. Like where you can just not like if it's like a minute left, you can just sit on the ball and then the game will end.
Well, I think.
So it's 100 seconds.
What you have to do is kneel.
Yeah. Right.
So.
It looks like Carmel advances the ball a little bit.
Second and 7 for the Greyhounds. And a nice run. That was Al-Fayed. 3rd and short.
And this is the time of the game where everything slows a lot down. And you're a lot more particular on, how many timeouts you use, what plays you use, all that type of stuff. Because anything at any given moment could change, and then boom, it's tied game.
So it's 3rd and 3. Ben Davis just used their last timeout. So this is a very important play here for both teams, because Carmel has a chance to solidify their win. But if they go 4th and get a loss, Ben Davis still has a good chance to score here. But if Carmel gets to 4th down, they have to punt.
That's Jack. Looks to be running the ball, and he gets a little bit of space ahead of him. But it looks like it will be a little bit short. It's 4th and 2.
Well, Carmel has enough time to just run out the clock and sit on the ball here. So we will end the game with a Carmel Greyhound win. Scott, what did you think about the game? Or what were some of your thoughts on the game?
Roller coaster of emotions, let me tell you. It's definitely a roller coaster of emotions. Definitely a lot faster pace the second half as I initially expected. Again, Carmel has a slow offense in the beginning, but they really picked up. Reese Bellin really picked up. Elijah Pierce on the Ben Davis side really picked up. So honestly, both of these teams are just dogs. Like, they got a bunch of dogs on their team. Both of these are tough. But it looks like with Carmel's help of the stadium, they secured this W.
And it's an amazing homecoming W. And it was an amazing day leading to this game. Scott, what were some of your favorite parts of the day today?
Well, leaving you, for instance. That's one thing. But also, I really loved like all the energy that the stadium brought, because this homecoming crowd really showed up. Again, packed house. There is not a seat empty. Yeah, it's just a really exciting game overall. Lots of good touchdowns and highlights. So,
and part of my favorite part of homecoming is the atmosphere within the day for the Greyhound, or just like the whole school atmosphere. I don't know how other schools do it, but Carmel makes it amazing.
Right. And it looks like Carmel will be punting, so Ben Davis technically has one more chance to secure this W, but it looks like, ooh, he gets brought down.
So Ben Davis, they have to go for a Hail Mary here. So unless Ben Davis does something amazing.
The Ben Davis miracle. You never know.
But no, really, what I was saying earlier, just the atmosphere of Carmel around homecoming, not only homecoming week, but especially homecoming day, is amazing for the Hounds.
As Ben Davis has 6 more seconds to solidify the Carmel's dub.
And Ben Davis.
Looks like it's just a short, and you just got to slide.
Pass. So.
Okay, whoa.
And there we go.
Alrighty then.
Carmel has won their 2022 homecoming game. And Scott, what are some quick thoughts before we send it over to a commercial break, and then after that, a post-game show with Deshaun Barnes?
Well, honestly, it was just a great game overall. 2 juggernauts of the ND Metro teams go head-to-head. Carmel prevailed, improving from 5-2, and Ben Davis decreases to 4-3. This has been Scott Croner. I've been Scott Croner. This has been Ryan Conley. And let's send it over to a commercial break, and we'll send it to Deshaun for the post-game break.
Hello, I'm Deshaun Barnes with your quick CHTV post-game recap. It's a great contest tonight that ended 21-14. Carmel will improve their record to 5-2 on the season. Meanwhile, Ben Davis is going to downgrade to a 4-3 record. This victory for Carmel means that the lifetime record for the Carmel-Ben Davis matchup is 25-24. A great win by Carmel, and a great win by Carmel. They were able to come out in the second half and dominate, winning 21-14. Clutch defense by Christian Peterson to force a turnover on downs. And Carmel was able to run out the clock and leave Ben Davis with 6 seconds left. They weren't able to do much. Just a quick attempt with some laterals, but Carmel was able to get down in there and kill the ball, ending the game. Thank you, all viewers, for tuning in. All Carmel residents and any other visitors. All Carmel residents and any other visitors, stay safe and enjoy the rest of your weekend.